So, Willis, Francis and Spenno joins you after today's 2-1 win against Workington at the Avenue. First of all, it must be a sigh of relief when that goal goes in stoppage time.
Yeah, it was a weird game, to be honest, because first off we was very slow. Didn't play the football that we wanted them to play, what we worked on for the last week or so. So it was very frustrating in the first half. Second half, total opposite. So forward play, quick, squeeze the pitch, 1 second balls. To be honest, we didn't let them out, but we needed a goal. We needed to score when we was in a good moment, and that wasn't coming. So we put the big man up top to try and get something. And yeah, it's a great feeling because it's been a tough week off the back of last week, where I actually thought that we didn't play too bad, and I actually thought that we should have got something from the game last week. So a bit of pressure, tough week, and yeah, we felt really relieved and nice to get the win, which I actually think that the boys deserved in the end. So yeah, it was good.
So coming out for the second half, it came out of the box quickly. The lads were putting the pressure on straight away. Was that the message at half time, to put them on it quickly and just turn the tides of the game?
Yeah, the boys knew at half time that what we expected wasn't being delivered. We had a fantastic bench today, and we made it clear at the start of the game that every player would be needed, every player would be fresh and ready to go, but the players on the pitch had to run themselves out, and first off they didn't do that. They didn't run themselves ragged. They didn't work as hard as the opposition. Second half they stepped it up, and that performance in the second half and that intensity is what they've got to start and play like all the time. And when we're building a squad like we are, we've got players that can come off the bench and help the team, and that's half of the reason why we're struggling, because we're not starting with that intensity, and that's something that we're going to work on and work really hard to get right for next week.
So Sven, I was going to say 2 unlikely goal scorers, but I think that's probably not fair on Brad and Willow, because there will always be a threat in the other box anyway. But when it is 1-0 and Willow gets that header and then the ball's played across to Brad as well, on the sidelines we've got a photo of everyone jumping up and celebrating, but when both of them do go in, what is that feeling like?
Obviously relief is one of them. Willow going and scoring his header. I actually thought Sharpie had kicked the corner into the side netting, and initially I was like, what has he done? And then next thing, Willow scored. So yeah, that was obviously brilliant. And then Brad, we all spoke about that after as management, and says we wouldn't have wanted it for pretty much anyone else. He's got everything about him, his experience, he's calm, and then when you've got that much time, and Brad with a free shot at goal, we was confident he was going to tuck that one away. So yeah, relief and obviously massive 3 points for us that we needed today.
So we always talk about the lads being a unit, working hard for each other and being there not just in the high times but also in low times, and how important is that in a game like today when they are 1-0 down and the results maybe not getting what we'd expect or what they deserved even. How important is it for them to stick together and just keep grinding out and get results like today?
I think it's the key message that we've delivered to them since we've come here. The togetherness of not just the players, but the coaching staff, the fans, everybody that's associated with Basford is so important that everyone pulls in the right direction and pulls together. We know where we are, we know what the situation is, and there's not many people that's not working as hard as the people of the club to rectify that situation, and we're only going to come through this with everyone being a part of the same thing and everyone wanting the same goal. So if we don't have that team unity, and I'm talking with the fans and being close to the fans and the coaching staff and everyone that's with us, the bar staff, the cleaners, and the ground staff, if we don't have that amongst us, we're not going to reach the goal that we want. So for me, it's the biggest thing. The environment that we create, the environment that we're in, builds success, and hopefully the togetherness is there, and hopefully that today's the start of something that can be quite magical. But again, we've got to work at it, and we've got to be prepared to do the dirty things as well as the nice times, and get our hands dirty and graft to succeed. So that's something that we're really intent on doing.
And finally, 6 games left for the season. Next up is a trip to Prescott, and then we're back here for the visit of Ashton. What are your thoughts going into them two?
Game at a time. Game at a time. We don't know what's going to happen. All we know is what we can do. All we can do is graft and work really hard to try and secure the points and get success for it. And we're going to start again on Tuesday, and that's it. We get the boys back in, make sure that physically they're right, make sure they're putting in the work, and make sure that next week we're tactically and technically right to go and have a good game against Prescott. And let's see what happens. We're going to graft, we're going to work as hard as we can. So.